one. Here we go. Hello, guys. Today we are gathered to conduct yet another debate, and the topic for today is live for today versus save for tomorrow. And through ChatGPT and some codes, we came to know that I'll be supporting the motion, and Ditesh will be against it. So yeah, let me start. Live for today. I'm supporting it. Live for today. Imagine a life where imagine the situation when you don't have anything to eat, maybe some pandemic or some famines is going on, and you have some money but you don't have anything to eat. You can that time, will you think of saving it for tomorrow, or like buying something to eat and like satisfying your needs? Okay, this made me think of on the topic, and today I have strong 4 points to support the motion. Firstly, I would mention about the basic 50-30-20 rule. Like tomorrow never comes. 50-30-20 rule states that 50% is of your income goes to all the commodities, like maybe tax or whatever you have to, like bills, utilities. For that, 20 is for savings, and 30 goes for whatever your personal need is. And this makes this highlights it that you have to do something for yourself as well. Like not 50%, not entire 50% goes to the savings. You should keep something for yourself and for your needs, and that is the rule itself supports it. So monetarily, I think 50-30-20 rules works well. But if I have to back my attention and have a wider aspect, this is not just about money, it is about a lot of other stuffs. Okay, imagine second my second point will be having quality time with yourself. Okay, when you realize some of your beautiful days are already gone, and like you're struggling, and you don't have much time to enjoy as you need. So and sometimes in the world of like very corporate world, you do not really have some time for you as a self time where you can introspect. So you cannot just save those time for later, you have to leave those time today. Like whenever you get any opportunities, you just take it, you just enjoy it, you just be enjoy those time for yourself. Maybe that time will never come again, maybe those whatever you are doing today will be a beautiful memory later on. So like as a human we have this mindset that we will do all our chores like xyz, and once they are done we'll be like enjoying and having a good time for us. But that is not always the case. You cannot just save for tomorrow, you have to leave for today. And this again widens my perspective that it is not just about money, it is about lot of other stuffs. And this brings to me to my third point, which is quality time with your loved ones. Maybe your parents, your siblings. You cannot just save all those time for later, you have to leave those time whenever you get the opportunity. uh, yes, and I would like to end my emotion by saying by stating the last point, that hunting for perfect time is very rare. As I've already said, tomorrow never comes. For example, if you are gifted some pen, or maybe a okay, let me take example of this pen. It might be some great like very expensive pen, but I might keep it for the best moments in my life later, and I might never use it in my entire life. Same goes with if you recently I was learning ukulele, and I have ukulele, but I'm waiting for the perfect time. Like there will be one perfect time where I'll have no worries, I'll have no work, and I'll be playing it that time. So that time never comes. And I think living for today, doing that thing just today, whenever you can make time, and that is the optimal way. And this brings to my conclusions, where I state that you should live for today rather than save for tomorrow, for your self-care, for your happiness, and for your beautiful memories. I rest my case. Over to Diptesh.
I think those are some amazing points. I am supporting saving for tomorrow and saving for tomorrow, basically. Um, as we know, the financial condition of a person, it really defines how happy you're going to be, right? Like, no matter how many people say that money really does not, you can't buy happiness with money. I strongly do not believe in that. I feel like everything today that you get uh, uh, sort of costs money in some way or the other, right? And it's not just about money, it's your assets, right? It's whatever you own, all of that sort of leads to your happiness eventually. So I firmly believe that it is a little more important to save for tomorrow than sort of trying to spend it all today. And I sort of, before I sort of get into my points, I would want to sort of focus on the fact that we I think there are some basic needs that everybody has, and that those needs uh, have to be satisfied no matter what. So y- whatever you're saving should be after whatever you've you know spent for today. And so I have a few points. First is trying to save for your retirement, right? That retirement, people say retirement is your golden age, right? And it is, right? That's not when you're supposed to be worried about, the next paycheck, or worried about how you're going to, spend your time tomorrow, or how you're going to pay for your groceries and stuff, right? Those are your golden years. Those are what you're supposed to enjoy, right? So I think it's very important to save for your retirement, and not just your retirement. My second point is that sometimes you cannot predict everything that happens tomorrow, right? Say tomorrow something unfortunate might happen, right? It might be that you might have a medical emergency or something like that. At that time, if you do not have any saved funds or anything, it's going to be really difficult, right? So no matter how happy you've been, or how happily you've spent your time before, if on one day you don't really have funds to sort of fix yourself, it's going to be really hard. Next is, not everybody does this, but a lot of people start their own families, right? And they have children, then they have your own groceries and needs and your house and stuff. So even for those things, I think it's really important to think about all that early on, and save for your future family, right? This might be in terms of something like life insurance, right? Something like basically an insurance. So even if something unfortunately happens to you, there's always your family that used to be dependent on you, right? And they should not be left in the dark, right? So I think saving for tomorrow is really important for those reasons. I think before I end, I would also want to clarify that when you're trying to save, there are two reasons that a person might want to save, right? There might be a vision, right? He might want to buy something in the future. He might want to get a house, or pay for some car, or get a cool gadget or something, right? And there's another factor of that you might want to save for, that is an emergency that we just spoke about. So I think these two are really important factors that almost everybody has, right? Everybody wants to get something in the future, right? Everybody has aspirations and visions. So I think for those reasons, I believe that it is really important to save for tomorrow.
Yes, rebuttal phase, Diptich. You can go ahead with questions.
Okay, should we take some time to
Yeah, sure,
sort
sure.
of go over?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Just tell me when you're ready, okay?
Yeah, I think we can go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. You can ask questions.
Great. Should I go
Yeah,
ahead?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. You had some really good points. Your first point was the pandemic point. Uh, Basically, when say there's a pandemic or there's something, there's an emergency where you have nothing to eat, uh, that's when you're going to have to spend money for yourself, right?
Mhm.
But I think this point is it does not really fit into the fact that you're going to spend for today, because uh, these are necessities, right? Whatever you're going to earn, you're not going to be able to enjoy or spend time with, you know or have fun if you're not going to spend for these basic needs. So as we said, I think these basic needs are really important to these are unavoidable needs. So that's why I sort of feel that uh, this point, it does not fall in the spending for yourself part. So also, my question, another question on your point would be: you said tomorrow never comes, right? There's no guarantee, but this goes hand in hand with the fact that you're not sure, right, about tomorrow. So what if uh, tomorrow is an emergency, right? Or and you might want to have funds that may have been saved for you. So how would that be addressed
Yeah,
with this?
that's a very beautiful question, Diptesh. Firstly, when I say about savings, I'm not saying that you should not save at all. Whereas I started with 50-30-20 rule, and I think I blindly consider like terms like insurances as like everybody should have an insurance, maybe health or term. So it automatically I consider them as 50%, and like everybody should give on to that. So that is not exactly what I mean by so considering that, I think if there is any emergencies, then it will be handled through life insurance or health insurances.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, I would like to ask you a question like, what about the time, the quality time that we are, keeping for later? For example, we have all heard like, first you do 10 children, life will be easier, 20, do 12 children, life will be easier, and it goes on and on. And then we have a kind of a concept in our mind that we will have like once everything is done, once we start earning, that we will have a very freedom of mind, and we will enjoy whatever we want later on. So don't you think that is a very false concept, and like we should live for today, like with whatever is possible right now, maybe just playing or maybe just going for work, we should live for today rather than think keeping those important moments for later.
I think that's a very fair point. The time that you've sort of lost does not come back,
Yeah.
and whatever you could have spent with your loved ones, uh, sort of thinking that you might get time to spend it tomorrow would be a little false. But I think somewhere there is a need to sort of think for time that you could spend tomorrow too, right? Like, I'm not saying do completely cut off from your family or something and not totally do not spend time with your family and stuff. But I think to be able to sort of ensure that your time spent with your family tomorrow would be enjoyable, you need to sort of ensure that, right? And for that, I think today is the day you sort of work to ensure that your time tomorrow is uh, good enough. So that's something that I feel.
Okay. Also, another question I would like to ask you is about where do we draw? Okay, we are saving for tomorrow. Where do we draw the line for when to stop it? Like we can't go again and again for another tomorrow because one day we won't be there. So where do we draw the line?
I think it's a very good question. I think it really varies from person to person, right? Because again, tomorrow is not you don't have a guarantee of tomorrow, right? So something can happen to you tomorrow. You might be really young, right? Anything can happen to you. So what about the stuff that you've saved so long? I think there is a line. Say if you're expecting a normal, healthy life expectancy, then I think by the time you reach your halfway through your life, which is almost nearing your retirement age, is when you uh, try to slow down and start enjoying your whatever you've saved all of these Yes, but all of this comes with that uncertainty, right? Anything can happen to you at any moment. So I think this question is it could be very uh, is a little hard to answer because again you don't know what can happen to you tomorrow. So that's what I feel. But again, if you're expecting a normal life expectancy, then whatever you've saved financially or asset wise, uh, as you're nearing your retirement age is when you could slow down and start spending that or enjoying that, actually, is what
Okay.
I feel.
This brings me to my next question. Since you have mentioned about the time, like maybe whenever you're reaching to the retirement phase, that time you should like slow down and cut off and like live for today. So don't you agree that we should live for today at the end, and like the entire goal is to live for today?
That is, but to sort of get to that point of having that confidence that tomorrow you're not going to have to think about earning. Initially, you're going to have to make those little sacrifices, live below your means, and save up for that one day that you know you're going to not have the energy to work for tomorrow. So, and that is when you're sort of nearing your retirement age. So again, I think I don't sort of feel that you should totally cut off early on. I feel like the proportion of the time that you spend with your family increases as you sort of get older. And again, to ensure that all of that happens, today is a day sort of work to save up for uh, that day, is what I feel.
Yeah. Do you have any question, Dipesh?
I do not. That is it.
Yeah. Can we go to feedback part?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Okay, let me start first. Firstly, like blindly, if anybody asks me live for today or save for tomorrow, I'll definitely say save for tomorrow. And I did not really have any points to like speak on to. So I took my perspective from other side, like not just monetarily, but maybe quality time or the self care which we are keeping for tomorrow. So I tried to play with that, and I think that went well. Otherwise, I did not have really good points to speak on. One bad thing about me, I felt today my intro was very fumbly. Like I do not even like words were not catching well. Even I started with the feminine thing, but I had some other intro in my mind and I wasn't able to capture it well. So maybe I maybe from the next debate I'll try to speak a little slower and like process and speak whenever I'm speaking. Yeah. From your side, I really liked how you ended by saying that there are two types of saving: vision and for like saving for any emergencies. I really liked how you ended with some clarity. But one bad thing, I think you should little cut down with the sort of for like you are using it too much. Yes, yes. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I swear so right. As I was actually speaking, I could really hear those sort ofs. And I was getting that not yesterday's, the previous debate. I was like, okay, I should sort of not say, see, I'm saying it right now too. Okay.
Yes,
I'm going to try to cut that down.
yes. Maybe
Now I'm
maybe
actually taking the feedback well.
yes. One advice which could work is maybe pausing a little bit. Like it might look very bad at the start, but later it might make sense. Like whenever you're not catching on to words, just pause. Even if there's gap, even if you're not speaking for some maybe 10-20 seconds, it's okay. Just pause, don't use the word. And pausing has two benefits. One, it cuts down your additional what gap words and filler words. And secondly, it gives you time to think more, and like your brain to mouth connection increases. So maybe you could try that.
Yes, I
Okay.
will try that.
Yeah. Yesterday I was at an event and there was a person who was also speaking, and like she was using the word like so many times, like in the same sentence maybe 4 5 times she was using like, and it really does not feel that good. So maybe I'm advising you, just because we are there for maybe 18 19 days, so we'll improve onto that. And this is a
Yes,
very good
absolutely.
place
I
to
think
improve.
I should, yeah, I think I should take that pausing advice really, because it might look odd pausing, but I mean, those pauses are saving you, right?
Yes, yes,
Some of those filler words.
yes.
So I think that's very important.
Yeah, and as you're going ahead, like you'll forget about the filler words, and then you can just increase your speed without any pause.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Any advice? Any feedback from your side, Diptesh?
I think sort of feedback. Ah, I said it again. I said it again.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Okay.
No,
I feel
it
like
won't go
today,
like completely. It won't go. Just reduce it as time.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Besides that word, I feel like I didn't really have a lot of good points today. Uh, Perhaps because the topic was a little abstract for me personally.
Yeah.
Abstract as in I didn't really have a lot of points to talk about and not a lot of counters too. Improve my questioning in the rebuttal phase. I feel like I questioned less and I explained a little more.
Hmm.
So I think that is where I sort need to improve on.
Just to acknowledge that.
And
Just to acknowledge that.
yeah,
Maybe the first point which you mentioned, right, about the famines, actually that was a not good point from my side as well. Like I had a fumbly start, so maybe you could have asked me a question on that first, and then like not you should not have explained the whole scenario. You should have asked me a question, like, don't you think this is wrong or something in that line.
okay,
Yes.
okay. I'm going to use that for the next debate.
Yeah. You were saying
And yeah,
something.
besides that,
Mm,
no, besides that, it was pretty decent.
yeah.
I feel like I didn't really have a lot of strong points today. That's everything I feel.
Okay. I think you did really good even today. Like, do you have any feedbacks for me? Negative, positive, anything?
You were right on the slightly fumbly start,
Yeah.
but I think you caught on really well and you really had some good points. Especially that 50-30-20 rule that sort of adds that quantitative factor
Hmm.
and gives you sort of like clarity
Hmm. Hmm.
about what you're trying to say. And besides that, you really had good points and um, you had a very good response for all of the
Questions.
questions that asked you.
I
So that is
was
what I felt.
actually wondering what will I answer if you ask me about insurances and like saving for emergencies. Then I just went back to 50-30-20. Like had no answer, and I considered it like basic. It should be your like utilities to take life insurance, and I connected it like that. Otherwise, I had no answer.
Yeah, the 50, yeah, the 50-30-20 was good. It was a
Yeah.
very good point.
Yes. Okay. Shall we go to the next phase, Diptesh? Thinking from other perspective.
Yes,
Okay. Let's get from other
yes.
perspective. Can you go ahead, Diptesh, or do you want some more time?
We can
Yeah. Uh,
actually.
can you start?
Okay. Uh, I don't really have any additional points from what you said or couldn't come up, but mostly I agreed with whatever points you had previously mentioned. It as in it's important to save. Sorry, it's important for to enjoy today. Uh, uh, but I think that comes with a lot of that comes with a boundary that you personally can only set, right?
Hmm.
You can't go and spend your entire paycheck just to enjoy, right? Also, I believe that saving for tomorrow is also uh, an active way of spending your money, right? If you consider spending your money as living for today, then by saving for tomorrow also you're living for today, right?
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
I think that is one way you could see the whole thing. Instead of not having the money, you still have your money, right?
Yes.
It's not that your money is disappearing. You won't have it tomorrow.
Yes.
So that is my take.
That's a very nice perspective. Uh,
Yeah.
from your side, I think one point you mentioned about retirement planning, but in the questions like rebuttal phase, you could have asked me like, don't you believe in retirement planning or don't you believe in certain ways? Like that would have made some given some weight and put me in a difficult shoes. Secondly, I think you should have used a lot of examples. For example, you could have given me scenario situations like there are two people, one is not saving anything and one is just wasting money every day, one is saving and one is wasting money, and like maybe some example like he would be benefited later on but the person who is wasting won't be benefited. So you could have given better examples. And consider this feedback, okay, like maybe from the next debate, like give more examples. Next, like adding to your points, I would say I would have mentioned about sacrifices. Like like you can't just enjoy every day. Like cannot live every day like whatever the way you want. You have to make some hard work. You should make some efforts, and that is only how you'll level up. Like you for the growth, it is very much needed. Like not monetarily, just working hard for your passion, what about your skills, because once you reach at a level when you are saving that personal time, and like you reach at a level that whatever time you have saved will be very much like fruity for you, and you could like you the joy will be more than the joy which would have been in the previous. So I would have said something in that line. And when you save for tomorrow, you have freedom of mind. Like you are more free, like you have some freedom, you have some assurity that things will go well. But when you don't save for tomorrow, you'll have a lot of risk and like fear day and night. So yeah, that is it.
Yep. Fair points. Actually, valid points.
Yes. Okay, group discussion. What do you support more, save for tomorrow or leave for today?
I support saving for tomorrow. Again, that comes with its own boundaries of, as you mentioned, not flamboyantly spending every day, and doing your own hard work, and keeping your boundaries uh, as to how much you will spend every day and how much you will save for tomorrow. Again, I feel like saving for tomorrow is also a thing that requires your uh, dedication, right? I mean, you can't automatically expect tomorrow to be better if you don't save for today.
Yes.
So that's why I feel like saving for tomorrow is as important as enjoying, if not more.
Yes. I would again I will totally agree to save for tomorrow as consider as compared to live for today, because I think like same points as you have mentioned about the vision and the safety, both are valid points. Like if I want to gain anything, saving only makes would make sense. And I think the kick when you get after you have acquired the vision is like the feeling is worth it for doing so much for from a long time. Yeah, so again I would say we have to save for tomorrow more, save for tomorrow more than live for today. And yeah, that is it. Do you want to discuss any other thing that comes to your mind?
Um,
Okay.
Nothing that comes immediately.
Yeah, one thing came to my mind. Okay, both of us agreed to saving for tomorrow. Can you tell me what are the ways we are saving for tomorrow?
Yes. So one very obvious way would be to invest, right? Instead of keeping your money in your banks. just in your banks.
Hmm.
Investing in different assets and asset classes, not just one, is very important. I think that is one thing that's immediately coming to my mind. Um, I believe that is it that comes to my mind. Investing in different assets and then saving it for tomorrow,
Yes.
rather than just keeping it and yeah.
Yeah, even I would agree to that. Adding to that, maybe insurances or some asset like real estate, if you want have any visions to building a house or owning a property, that would also come to my mind. Other than that, do you have anything in mind that other than monetarily can we save in other any other ways for tomorrow, like maybe going for trip or yeah, right. We can save for some travel as well. Like if we have want to go for some travel, we can save and like go. We can also do.
Yeah, that is actually a very interesting take. I think the insurance point is very good. Yes, saving for your future trips and stuff is also a very good idea of saving for tomorrow. I mean, that tomorrow does not have to be after 10, 15 years, right? That tomorrow could be after 1 month.
Yeah.
That tomorrow could be after a few months too. So I think the whole magnitude of tomorrow varies a lot.
Mhm.
Uh, and yeah, there could be different ways you could save it. Say you want to go for a trip, you want to buy a car. Does not have to be 10, 15, 20, 50 retirement age. Could be 10, could be just 5 years, 2 years, less than that. So yeah, those are a lot of different ways. Also insurance, I loved your point, I missed that.
Yes. Yeah, that is it. I think we'll go. Do you have anything else to discuss? Like consider this GD phase as a podcast, and we're asking questions to each other, and like we come up with some solutions. Do you have anything to discuss, or
Interesting.
shall we go ahead with the next phase?
I think we can go ahead with the next
Yes.
phase.
ChatGPT.
Yes.
Can we start with this, or do you want to take more time?
I think we can start. I've got a pretty good points.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Should I?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
let's do
So
one
I
thing.
got
Maybe we'll take leave for today first, and we'll finish all the points, and then we'll go for save for tomorrow.
okay. So I got points for save for tomorrow. I'll get points for live for today.
Okay, yeah,
Okay, we'll take a minute or two.
yeah.
for that. Can you just give me a minute? Okay, my battery is dying. Hold on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Deepesh, can we go ahead?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Can you start?
Should I? Okay.
Yeah, you could.
Uh, so I've got pretty good, around 5 points
Mm-hmm.
for why we should live for today. And I like this first point because it fits into both the categories. And that point is life is unpredictable,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Um, so you don't really know if I'm going to get the moment that I have today, tomorrow.
yes.
So that's why spending for today is important.
Mm-hmm.
Another point is you cannot relive your 20s, right? In your 50s and stuff.
Yes,
So you're not going to be able to be as active as you were
yes.
when you were younger.
Mm,
And that sort of reduces the tasks you can do
mm,
when
mm.
you get older. So that is another good point. I think a third very good point was mental health. See, if you keep spending, if you keep saving and you don't spend for yourself, that could also in turn affect the mental health for a lot of people
Yes.
because you're not getting any enjoyment, right? You're just working, working, working. So
Mm, mm.
that's also very bad. Uh, this point is really good because I think it looks at the whole picture from a very broad perspective. Is that your economy can slow down, right? Consumer spending is very important
Mm,
for your economy.
mm.
If nobody spends and everybody just starts to save, then your economy is going to slow down too.
That is a very
So
good point. Very
th-
good point.
that's a very, yeah. I was impressed by this point because it looks at the picture not from a personal but from a very broad
Broad
perspective.
perspective, yes.
Yes. And to end it, moderation is very important, right? With whatever you do, whether you're eating, whether you're spending, whether you're doing anything, I think doing it in moderation is key.
Yeah, yeah.
And one quote, not a quote, but I found this was money is a tool, not a goal.
Mm,
Your goals are separate, but to get to that, you need your money,
mm.
and that's your tool,
Yes.
right? And your big goals and stuff. So again, since money is a tool, it would be great to spend it happily today. That is,
Yes. Yeah, to add, to acknowledge yours, they were really good points. Some of the points I kind of had in my mind, like when I was saying that you should, like, uh, I did not proper use the proper terms like life is unpredictable. Like it would have made a lot of sense if I used the correct terms, but kind of I had the gist. But the point that you mentioned about the consumer economy, that was really like out of the box. I did not even think in that line. And yeah, this brings to another feedback for both of us. Use proper terms, like you used the term like mental well-being. It should have given a lot of weightage to the same points which I had in my mind. So yeah, that is it. I have another point that I could have used. I kind of said this, but I did not use the proper term, which is opportunities don't wait. Like for example, I have an opportunity of maybe bungee jumping, and I'm just because I want to save for tomorrow. I just keep it, but then I might be very old and I don't really have the energy to go and do bungee jumping. So opportunities don't wait. That is another good point which supports my side. Okay, yeah. Can we go ahead with save for tomorrow?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
yes. And common feedback for both of us: use proper terms. We just came to, we just realized it just now.
Exactly. Proper terms actually make the whole difference, Like
Yeah, it,
instead of having like a huge explanation for something, just a few terms,
terms.
put it across.
Yes. Yeah, go.
So I have my points ready. Should I go ahead
Yeah,
or do
yeah.
we take some time?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, okay, great, great. So these are the points for that are in support for saving for tomorrow. One is your freedom and control,
Mm-hmm.
because tomorrow you might not be very happy, right? With whatever job you're at or whatever situation you're in, right?
Mm-hmm.
That time you're not going to have the freedom to move on to, or leave the job or do something that you really want to, or follow your passion if you not saved for it early on. So I think that the freedom and control is only gained by saving for tomorrow. Another good point is, and this is the term that I actually got, exact term. It's called the power of compound interest.
Wow.
Basically means that whatever money you save, your 1 rupee saved today is not going to be exactly 1 rupee tomorrow. It's obviously going to be more. So, and the earlier you start, the more your money grows,
Mm-hmm.
right? So instead of waiting for tomorrow to save, it's better if you start very early. And then eventually, when you actually feel the need for that money, your money will have already grown,
Mm-hmm.
right? That is one good point.
Very good.
Uh, Another thing is big. Say you have big goals like buying a car and stuff. Those things you can't impulsively decide 1 year and then probably try to get it next month or something, right?
Hmm.
Those things need a lot of planning, right? Be it a wedding, your house, your car, and all of that planning means you're going to have to do sacrifices early on
Yes.
to reach your goal. And one final thing is, from an economic perspective, inflation is real, right? Your money saved today in a bank might not really remain that exact, right? So investing it would be a very good option
Yes.
than spending it today. So you
Yes.
buy something of 100 rupees today, it after a few years it's going to be like you spend more than 100 rupees because that thing might have gotten expensive.
Expensive.
So yeah, those are my points.
Yes, love beautiful points. I just have one point to add. When you plan for tomorrow, when you save for tomorrow, you gain some more qualities. Like you get better wisdom and maturity. You have good discipline, and you learn try to learn budgeting. Like while saving, you tend to do budgeting, and that is very helpful for you. Yeah, that is it.
Yeah, I love the point discipline, man. Like, see,
Yes.
that one word actually makes a lot
One.
of difference, right?
Yes. Yes.
Puts your entire point.
Yes, yes. And we kind of had the like whatever we added from the ChatGPT, we kind of had in our mind like majority of the points we already had in the mind, but the way to present it, way to use the proper terms, I think we lacked somewhere. But never mind, we are
Correct.
just learning. Maybe what one thing we could do is we can research today at home, like whenever you have time, try to find how we can use better terms while speaking, so that it could benefit us from the next debate, and we'll try to implement it.
Yeah, that
Yes.
sounds really good.
Yes.
And I think if once we get that, it would really improve communication skills
Yes, yes, yes.
by a lot.
I'll share with you whatever I learned, and whatever you learned, you share with me. Like we'll have a talk tomorrow. Okay. Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Just to conclude, like I was again trying to find what 50-30-20 rule means. 50% is for needs, exact terms, okay? Terms. 50% is for needs, 30% is for wants, and 20% is for savings. Need, want, savings. So these are the proper terms. And what comes under needs is same: rent, mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurances come under 50%, and minimum loan also comes there. Wants is wants is anything like dining out or any subscriptions, Netflix, hobbies, entertainment, gym. 20% come under emergency fund, retirement, investments, like all those considerations. Yeah. Also, while doing this, I had a question in my mind. I could have asked you, would you like since in the rebuttal phase, I was thinking to ask you, would you suggest a child to save for tomorrow and not leave for today? If he starts saving for tomorrow, don't you think his childhood will be like gone completely, destroyed completely? So, what would you have answered in that if I had asked you in rebuttal phase?
Okay, you might get some drilling sounds, but ignore that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Besides that, besides that, I personally believe that when you're a child, you have your guardian or your parents to take care of your monetary needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't really have that tension of buying your own groceries or spending and stuff. So I think that is actually a very good age to start doing monetary savings, because all of your monetary needs are handled, right? And you don't really need to worry about spending money as such. So I would believe that at that age, doing monetary spending, that is actually the best age to do monetary to do monetary saving.
Mm-hmm.
uh, when it comes to living, like you won't get your childhood again, right? Those 6 p.m. games that you play outside, right? Those are
Yeah.
not going to come back
Yeah.
when you sort of, it just magically disappears, right? After
Yes.
you reach your 10, 12, whatever. So that, I think that should be prioritized. Like, you need to spend time and outside and play. So that would be how I would have answered that.
Yes. To add on to that, I just have some few points. Like when you study in childhood, when you go to school, when you skill up in something, that is actually your saving for tomorrow, right? It is only those qualities which will lead you to job or some stability in life. So you could have also answered it like uh, somewhere or the other, we are saving for tomorrow from our childhood, and like we are not completely living for today. I mean, yeah, we are have we can't ignore education in that start, right? So that is also one point you could have maybe said. Yeah, that is it, Diptesh.
I think that that was a very good point to
Yes.
add. Doing your courses and stuff, upskilling is basically for tomorrow only, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you're doing it today
yeah.
and enjoying. So
Yeah, that is it, Diptesh. It was really good discussion. I did not expect us to talk so long and discuss so much.
yes, and you don't realize, right, how long you've been speaking, but it's actually really good,
Yeah.
and you get to sort of reflect on what your communication skills lack, which normally you wouldn't get.
Yes, yes.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
so GG's, I
just
liked it.
just whenever you have time, just research on how to use proper terms and how to know proper terms, and we'll talk about this
Yeah.
tomorrow. The first thing we'll do is this. Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
sounds good.
Yes. Chala then, Diptesh, it was like great having you today, and thank you for coming.
Y-
See you tomorrow.
Yep. Yep. See you, man.
Yes, see you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.